Hey, this is Notser, and we are checking out the Yugumo with Torpedo Reload Booster. This is not my replay, this is from Huff Duff. Thank you, Huff Duff, I really appreciate it. If you're interested in submitting a replay, please submit it to notserreplay@gmail.com. I picked it because it was impressive, and also it was showing off a consumable that I don't really believe in it. And maybe I should believe in it after this game with Huff Duff. So what's the deal with Torpedo Reload Booster? Why is this a big deal now? It's been in the game for a while. Well, they made it more universal. It used to work in a very weird way. You would have a Torpedo Reload Booster available, you would use it, and then it would reload to sort of the halfway zone of your torpedoes, or even 30 seconds. Some did instantly. They basically made it universal. So now, theoretically, every Torpedo Reload Boost will allow you to shoot torpedoes after 8 seconds whenever you use it. Now you can see right now, he just used it, and there was an 8-second cooldown of the torpedoes being rearmed. He was going after the Shimakaze, who's obviously trying to capture the base. Now, I wouldn't recommend firing without smoke. Seems pretty brazen, but Huff Duff, in this game at least, seemed to be way more skilled than I could ever be with torpedoes, so maybe he knows something I don't know. But in general, with Torpedo Reload Boost, I usually find that players are extremely cautious with their guns, and they mostly only use torpedoes because the risk is too great. I'm chuckling at some of these instances when he's firing because I know in my stream there's 4 or 5 ready to go, firing at me and showing no mercy, right? Or an aircraft carrier camping over my ship. Sometimes it seems like I just get a different response from players than a lot of the replays that I see. But you know what? Other times I have the exact same experience as Huff Duff. So Huff Duff, he's fighting around. See, we know that one of the enemy destroyers is clearly still in the point because the capture is still going. It's probably the Shimakaze. There's a destroyer over by B point, and there's only one more left unaccounted for. So, Huff Duff sends his torpedoes at the last known position of the Shimakaze, roughly. Is he hoping to get a strike? Absolutely. Does he have a chance? I guess he does. The Shima really didn't move. He went to the spot that he was last seen and didn't move. So, make sure you have last known position turned on, people, and try and aim with your torpedo, and he's getting extra strikes on the people behind him. I know it very well. It works out very well. And now he can capture C point. Freely, apparently, because Z-52 is over by B, and there is still nobody spotting the third destroyer, which, I mean, the third destroyer could be there, but I'm really feeling like the third destroyer is somewhere over by A point. I'm really getting that gut feeling. And it's for no other reason than the way the teams are deployed. They're really deployed in an odd manner. Speaking of weird deployment, look at Huff Duff's friendly Shimakaze. Now, I would do a hard facepalm if I saw a teammate do that. Please don't be that guy. You are not doing anything by sailing behind. Oh, is this going to be a good strike? Hold on, Notser. We've got to talk about this. Is this going to be enough to kill him? It looks good. The Edinburgh is sailing, basically, left to right. Oh, he dodges one. He can't dodge the second. Takes 22,000. Causes a flood. Now, Huff Duff, he doesn't have smoke that he can camp in and fire from. He's got to maybe move back away from the enemies, so there's only maybe 1 or 2 that can fire on him. Basically, if you're outside of 11 kilometers from the nearest target outside of your primary, they can't really easily hit you. The time that the shell is in flight is just too great. Now, obviously, the Edinburgh can kill him. He could kill him right now, right, Notser? This is true. I don't know if I would have been quite as aggressive as he is, but he's doing great damage. And he's dodging the shots. So it's pretty good. However, he's moving outside of his effective range, comfortable effective range. It takes a long time for the shells to get there. Maybe it's not worth it continuing with the Japanese destroyer. It's much more reasonable with an 8, maybe 9. But when you're getting out to 10 and 11, you're just going to miss. So he does exactly what I expect him to do, drop off detection. And the teammate that we were talking about, the Shimakaze, by the way, if you didn't catch on, who has gone the entire length of the map, the 9-10 line, and the St. Louis, the San Luis, definitely has a bead on him. He's going to try and run away, but he's not going to have a lot of success. We know he used smoke. Why do we know he used smoke? Because the target, the Iowa, and the San Luis are now not detected. Just little techniques that you can pick up on just by watching. So, Huff Duff sends his first set towards the Yamato. The Yamato and the Edinburgh seem to be maybe moving to B point. Most of Huff Duff's team is over by A point. He is operating on an island. But with that said, it seems like these guys, with the full knowledge that there's a destroyer in the area, they seem to not really care. And Huff Duff, it looks pretty good, Huff Duff. Looks like you're going to get, 2 on the first set. Knock out his propulsion, nice. It's going to force him, he used it. Oh, he used it. You never expect the second set because who uses Torpedo Reload Booster? Well, yeah. Just that Yamato has to be the sickest battleship. Just imagine. I just used the damage control and he's got more torpedoes, which he's flooding from. And he's going to die. There is no doubt Yamato's going to die. And that is a perfect example of the only way it would have happened is if he had Torpedo Reload Booster. And maybe I'm wrong, Maybe I should just play around an objective, be very cautious, move outside of the 11-12 kilometer range of everyone, But I was playing today in a Shimakaze, and at least 5 people were going after me, including the aircraft carrier, and it felt like it was me against the world. I really wish sometimes that I could just go under the radar sometimes. Maybe play a game or two without just being immediately, oh, hey, Notser. I love you guys. I love both my friends and my foes who say that, but then you draw attention to me for people who don't know my content, and all they want to do is see me crash and burn. I would much rather communicate in real time with you guys. Don't change. I appreciate it. Some players just have a different experience with this game, right? But that's just the facts. So Huff Duff, it looks like he's going to finally be able to capture C point. He's only been in this area the entire time, and he chose to send his torpedoes at what appeared to be the Iowa's heading. And it's clear that that's who he's going after because he's targeting the Iowa. Now, I'm sorry for some of these weird quirks that exist only in replays. I really wish they would fix it. It is a real issue, wargaming. But it looks like the Iowa will be taking, 1, 2 torpedoes, 3 torpedoes, 4 torpedoes. High caliber was earned. Nice. And Huff Duff has done a mere 210,000 damage. Not bad, Huff Duff. And even that is not enough. Look at this team. Clearly the Shimakaze was dead. And that was a waste of a tier 10. An absolute waste. Did nothing for the team. Absolutely nothing. Every single time I see a player who ignores the objective, especially a destroyer, who ignores the objective and just tries to bypass to get on their flank and send torpedoes, I just shake my head because you're missing the point. How did you get to tier 10? You're missing the entire reason for your existence. It's to play the objective and to hold off a flank for your team. Spot for your team. Nobody can engage the targets that you're spotting back there because nobody's in range. You're not going to hit torpedoes because they know you're there. And you can't play the objective because it's nowhere near you. Just my 2 cents, I'm not being too critical. extremely critical. We all have played with a character like that, right? We've all dealt with it, and we're all shit, go ahead. Huff chooses to send one set. He's also obviously capturing, but we know the enemy Z-52 is there. Looks like the Z-52 doesn't have Hydro, and that's convenient because Huffduff's going to get a kill on him and not be spotted. Probably not a good location for that Z-52. He did pull a Notser, and he was stuck there. And he sort of got sandwiched. I'm sure his exit strategy was to head towards B, but it closed up. It's very shocking to me, watching this replay, how the enemy team chose to just act like Huffduff doesn't exist. Like there's no destroyer that's always been at C point, harassing and sending torpedoes. I wish this was the experience that I had, and I'm sure many of you are going, this guy is getting so lucky that the enemy team is not treating him with the respect he deserves. And I'm going, yeah, I want this on my team. So Huffduff captures B, sends torpedoes, sends another set with torpedo boost. So he had 3 sets, remember, because he used 1 for the Z-52. I would have probably used 2 and over torpedo. I have a really bad habit of doing that. Oh, he got the Edinburgh, the one that he was going after before when he was firing his guns, and oh, he got the Iowa, the other target that he was going after. Double strike, Kraken Unleashed, and he captured B. I'm just like, no team would ever let me do this. No team. He's doing a great job. I can't believe. Oh, here we go. Yes, Neptune. Punish this guy, kill him. The game's going to end here, right? Neptune's just going to 3-shot him. It's a big salvo right there. It took off 25%. Another 25. Huffduff scrambling to send torpedoes. Angle. Ooh. Come on, Huffduff. At this point, Huffduff's gonna die. We know he's gonna die. Just one more salvo. He did 4,000. One more salvo. He did 4,000. Oh my god. Are you for real, man? Huffduff. Beyond the fact that you've done a great job in this game, you don't deserve to be alive right there. That Neptune screwed it up so bad, and I can't believe you hit the torpedoes. I would never hit my torpedoes there. I would either shoot too far, he would immediately turn the second I sent torpedoes, which is, it sucks. I can't believe you're alive, Huffduff. But hey, we're hoping for the hero, right? He's bringing it back, 1 kill at a time. And now he really can't afford to ever be seen. He can basically never fire his gun, and he has to run away because it looks like Hassan Louis knows what's coming. He knows that there is a destroyer somewhere over here. And this is the guy that went after Shimakaze. So maybe he was going to go after Huffduff in an alternate timeline where the friendly Shimakaze actually plays it correctly. And maybe they split the damage instead of one going all the way up to the northern side of the map, doing absolutely nothing, and the other one staying and fighting. So we gotta be careful though. Hassan Louis can absolutely catch him. So it looks like he's gonna decide to send based on the indicator, and it looks like a little lead. So he probably expects that the enemy cruiser is gonna move forward at a rapid pace, maybe use booster. He gave him a little bit of lead. The Edinburgh is chasing after him though, and shockingly, he fires his guns. Now, I would assume he saw that the guns of the enemy are pointed in completely opposite direction, and these are free shots. And he could probably kill him in 1 or 2 salvos. That is what I would infer, and I'm sure he would probably say something akin to exactly what I said. Unfortunately, it's still a 1-to-1 trade. The enemy cruiser takes out the friendly cruiser, and Huffduff takes out the enemy cruiser. But it's still 3-to-3. It's not looking good. Not looking good at all. It's been a great, great game. This is a fantastic game. I don't think I've ever had this game in any Japanese destroyer. Maybe in a German, maybe in an American. Of course, in a Soviet. I mean, that goes without saying. It's a tier 10, obviously, but to have 7 kills 15 torpedo hits and 14 floods. That's the bigger thing, okay? He's only missed out on one flood. One flood? Are you serious? I usually go 10 torpedo hits, 2 floods. And I just miss out on 3 or 4 kills. It's like, I wish I was getting as fortunate as Huffduff is. But he's doing a good job. He's going to go for C, which is great. Unfortunately, the friendly Yamato dies. But we do know that the Shimakaze is somewhere close because the Shimakaze did the killing. The friendly Zhao is somewhere to the northwest, very far away. Huffduff feels like potentially the North Carolina in a reaction to come defend C Point. He's going to send one set. Is he going to send the next one? I would just expect that the battleship would immediately break. The second you send torpedoes, he's immediately braking and moving out of the area. You know, he waited a while. And to avoid pulling Notsers, he's going to slow down and point himself directly south. He does not want to deal with heading anywhere closer to the enemy, Gorosokua first or the North Carolina. Gorosokua first has like 12-kilometer range secondaries. Nice. He took out the North Carolina. Only 1 torpedo needed. He's got 8 kills. He's going to capture C Point, which is nice. And everyone's like, you got this, man. You're doing a great job. Keep it up. We need more people like that. Okay? Be supportive of your teammates. Try and be good. Don't be all negative. Don't be a negative Nancy. Is it unlikely that Huffduff's going to win? Absolutely. But he's doing a great job now. Oh, no. And the Shimakaze, he's basically 50%. He can easily win this. So that Shimakaze doesn't have survivability expert, though, which is unfortunate for him. And we gotta hope. Come on, torpedoes. Come on, baby. Ah, no. Torpedoes miss. Secondaries are doing their job. Oh, man, Shima, you gotta do a better job than that. Just aim and shoot. Aim and shoot, Shima. There's no way he can get away from this. He's just barely. He's barely on the edge. But I know. Oh, he was at a third, 3/4. Oh, no. The Shima's going to be able to catch up. Even though we know the Shima already is faster. Shima's 39 knots in the water. Without signal flag. And yeah, he just has to keep pushing towards them. Ooh. Oh, God. Come on, kill him. This is sad. Huffduff's trying. He's not able to avoid all the shots. And he apologizes, which is hilarious. Like, yeah, Huffduff, you didn't really do anything for your team. I mean, 8 kills, 298,000 damage, 16 torpedo hits, high caliber, Confederate, devastating strike, double strike, Kraken Unleashed, 3 base captures. I mean, what did you do, man? Why did you even play the game? You're just not even there. Clearly, he did a great job. A fantastic job. Clearly, he does not need to apologize for his effort. Most of his team does, though. And the stats would suggest Huffduff did a pretty good job. 1.2, I'm just going to go 2. 1.2 million credits earned. Again, Confederate, high caliber, devastating strike, double strike, Kraken Unleash, almost 300,000, 8 kills, 3 base captures, even defended 6 times. I mean, this is a fantastic game. Huffduff. Top on the team, 2,799 in a loss, okay? That would be times 1.5. That's what he would actually have earned compared to the enemy team. And some people are like, well, you know, he didn't win the game. And yeah, he didn't win the game. He certainly contributed to a potential win. 234,000 damage with your torpedo. 41,000 in flood. Oh, I wish I was that lucky, man. Only 1 million was fired at him, which is fine. He did 88,000 to the Yamato, 71,000 to the Iowa, and just down the row, just tons and tons of damage. I hope everyone enjoyed seeing this ship. I will definitely attempt using Torpedo Reload Booster. Maybe I can make it work as, not as well as Huffed Up, but if I could get it anywhere in the ballpark, I would feel good about my play. I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time.